We are rolling.
Good morning. Welcome back to the conversation. This is Pointing Out the Obvious. This is our news and politics webcast, our daily take on what's buzzing today. I'm your host, Patrick Russell, and over there is my very opinionated producer, Veronica. Together, we're here to quip and quiver through today's headlines, searching for the real, no matter how deep in the swamp we need to go. Happy Hump Wednesday to you, Veronica. Well, we're halfway there, girl. So there's been big changes in the NFL, Veronica, and we wanted to discuss quickly three of the biggest changes. First, congratulations to the Washington football team. After 2 years of being anonymous, right, removing their Redskins moniker because of political correctness reasons, they've now have decided on the Commanders. The Washington football team is now the Washington Commanders team. And now, to be honest with you, Veronica, I think the owner of the Redskins, Dan Snyder, blew it. I think he had a chance to really set himself apart from the rest of the league because the Commanders, that's just too non-sexy for me. I think current times and trends demand that he goes a little bit more extreme. I would have gone with the Washington Insurrectionists or the Washington Rioters. I mean, come on. I think he could have had... You're talking about Washington, D.C., right? I mean, these are things that you instantly associate with, the District of Columbia, right? So I thought... Dan Snyder blew it, but whatever. So you have the Washington football team now has a name. Okay, second big news that's probably going to make some changes in the NFL as a whole. It's being sued by one of its own. Former Miami Dolphins coach Brian Flores is suing the NFL for discrimination in their head coaching, hiring policies of the league. He's claiming that the Rooney Rule, which is a rule that was put into place several decades ago requiring the owners of NFL teams prior to hiring a head coach to making sure that they interview minority candidates before making a decision. Well, Brian Flores is saying, well, it's a joke. It's a sham. The rule basically turned from an opportunity for minorities to be in front of ownership. It's turned into a very obvious housekeeping check-the-box chore that these ownerships simply suffer through, but already determined in deciding who they really want and never really seriously considering the minority candidate, to the point where what happened to Brian Flores is that he was fired recently with the Miami Dolphins, but, there's been 8, I believe, vacancies in coaches, and he went on a interview with the New York Giants. And he got a text a day before his interview from a colleague, Brian Belichick, the coach of the New England Patriots, congratulating this Brian for getting the job. And Brian Flores like, whoa, is this going to the right guy? Belichick wrote back, nope, shoot, fuck, I messed up. It was the other Brian DeBall, who was already going to get the job a day before Brian Flores went on his interview with the organization. So, and he said it was a sham. He got in there and it was very humiliating, he felt, to be part of this interview where in his mind he already knew that the decision was made. So from a younger generation's perspective, how do you feel about an organization that is comprised essentially about 70-75% minorities, and there's only one head coach of all of the 30 teams? Do you think that that's a problem? Your thoughts?
Interesting. Well, maybe if he never got the text, probably we wouldn't be here talking about that right now.
That
right?
text is going to be coming up in this lawsuit many times. You're right. Go ahead.
So, who's going to get fired?
I don't know about fired, but still, definitely that's something that's very revealing. But you have many stories. The question is going to be whether or not they can turn it into a class action lawsuit, whether or not one disgruntled fired head coach can turn it into a collection of assistant or other aspiring head coaches that have similar claims. He even has a story where he went to the Denver Broncos several years ago for a head coaching vacancy, a job interview, and he said that the general manager, the one that was making the decision, showed up to the meeting late, hung over, and could tell that he had been drinking and been up all night and not taking the interview seriously enough. So he has more than just one occasion to bring up, but he really needs the strength of other coaches that are willing to stand up with him to also make those claims, because if that happens, then you're going to really have a seismic shift in the NFL for sure. All right, let's end on a high note. The next big news. Tom Brady, the GOAT, is retiring. He is hanging up his cleats for the last time, and boy, what a run. Making it to the age of 44. He appeared in 10 Super Bowls, winning 7 of them. He even led the league this last season at the ripe age of 44 in yards passed and touchdowns thrown. So still on top of his game, but he's decided to hang him up. He feels like his ability to throw his entire passion into the game just isn't there anymore, that now he wants to turn his attention to, of course, family, his wife, his kids, as well as his other many business ventures that this man is a part of and will be successfully a part of for many years. So just from all of us on the show to you, GOAT, thank you for all the many years and inspiration that you have provided to me personally, letting 40-year-olds around the world know that you can still do it and still do it well. Guys, there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer, but there definitely is your opinion. Please don't just subscribe to this channel, even though we will be doing this back and forth on the daily basis, but lend your voice to the show. It'll make it a whole lot more fun. Guys, it doesn't matter if you lean to the right. It doesn't matter if you lean to the left. As long as you're treating the person in front of you kindly, you just made the world a better place.
Yep.
Happy Hump Wednesday, everybody.